Welcome to Chicago.
SportstownChicago.com.
O'Hare. Broadcasting live from Sportstown, Chicago.
Broadcast home for your Windy City Bulls and Chicago Dogs. We're in a league of our own.
Now, here's your SportstownChicago.com update.
At 8:31, I'm Matt DonLee with your SportstownChicago.com update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com. Looking for a bounce-back win at home tonight, the Bulls lead the Cavs 62-58 at halftime. Josh Giddey leads all Bulls scorers with 13 points, and Lonzo Ball makes his return to the United Center. Coming off the bench, he has yet to score in 9 minutes. Earlier today, the Bears practiced at Hallis Hall in preparation for their Week 16 home game against the Packers Saturday. Linebacker Tremaine Edmonds was a limited participant in practice after being designated for return from injured reserve Monday. Linebacker DeMarco Jackson was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week earlier today, as defensive coordinator Dennis Allen had this to say about his accomplishment.
Yeah, it's great. Happy for him. I think anytime these guys come in and they work the way that they do, they prepare the way that they do, and then to go out and play well. And look, he's played well for us, whatever it's been the last 3-4 weeks. I think it's a credit to him, and I think it's a credit to those assistant coaches that have been able to get those guys ready.
Saturday's game is at 7:20 with the Bears favored by 1.5 points. Northwest Indiana could be the new home of the Bears, as CEO Kevin Warren said the Bears will explore other options outside of Arlington Heights. Warren stated that, quote, "Our fans deserve a world-class stadium. Our players and coaches deserve a venue that matches the championship standard that they strive for every day. With that in mind, our organization must keep every credible pathway open to deliver the future." Another late blown lead last night for the Blackhawks against the Maple Leafs, as they are off tonight and will take the ice tomorrow against the Canadiens in Montreal. Connor Bedard will be sidelined for the rest of the month with a shoulder injury, but will not need surgery and can return in January. Tomorrow's game is at 6 on ESPN+. Another scandal in the college football world is the University of Ohio has fired their head coach, Brian Smith, saying he violated his contract by, quote, "engaging in serious professional misconduct and participating in activities that reflect unfavorably on the university." Smith has been on leave since December 1st and leading the Bobcats to an 8-4 record in his first season as head coach. This has been your SportstownChicago.com update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com.
And you will respect my authority. Me too, left.
And now, it's time for the Matt and Lee Sports Talk Show. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another edition of the DonLee Sports Talk Show. We've got we've got one guest here, and we've also got Andrew, who made his DonLee Sports Talk debut yesterday. Today, we're going to be getting into a bunch of different topics. We're going to be talking the college football transfer portal. We're going to be talking about the Bears and Packers and what the Bears need to do in order to overcome the Packers on Saturday. And then we're going to close out with a segment we haven't talked about on this show yet with boxing. We're going to be talking about that Jake Paul fight coming up this weekend. And we've got a lot of great things to discuss. But first, boys, let's get introduced. Let's tell the people where we are on social media. For me, it's Matt_D14 on Twitter and TikTok. Lee, tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, Matt, you can find me at BROGEODI on all platforms. And thank you again for joining us, Adam and Andrew. Once again, good to be here with you.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Andrew, where can the good people find you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at my name, Andrew Scheid. You can find me on Instagram at Trippy Mighty. But you can also catch me Monday nights on Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer over on WRMN 1410 over in Elgin.
A lot of good experience there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, where can the people find you?
People can find me here on Instagram at Slim_SHNADY, Slim_Schnady.
Fantastic. And let's jump into it today. And folks, throughout the show, make sure to let us know your thoughts, opinions on social media. Comment here in the chat on our live stream. We love to hear and see what y'all have to say. So let's kick it off first with college football. We're going to be talking the transfer portal. And for those who aren't fully aware of how the college world works, the best analogy that I can give in terms of transfer portal and, early signing days when it comes to, those high school recruit signing, it's like if you're playing a professional season and your draft is right before the playoffs are about to start. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, guys. Am I right? Like, if you were to have the NBA playoffs start in April and then in late March they got the draft, that doesn't really That doesn't really line
Doesn't
up.
add up, right? Yeah.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? That's essentially what the early signing period is for college football. And then free agency, right? That's usually at the end of the season as well for all these major sports. Major League Baseball free agency is currently going on right now, but you don't see that happening again at the end of September, right before the playoffs begin. So this transfer portal window is starting. We've got players hopping in the portal, leaving their schools, going to other schools. And we're going to be talking about a few of the big names here. I just kind of wanted to clarify that because it kind of frustrates me.
Yeah.
The fact that a lot of these teams are still playing, still competing. They've got a lot of things to worry about, yet they also got to worry about personnel. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
What bothers me the most is that why did they get rid of the spring transfer portal, especially for like football? That's like the perfect time for the football players to leave and make a decision whether they want to, stick with their school, whether they want to go to another Power 5 or even a Group of 5 to kind of, maybe resurrect their career a little bit.
Right. And that's another thing in the sense that at the end of the day, they are still student athletes, right? They still have that academic calendar to abide by. I know. They're professionals. They're getting paid. They're getting paid the NIL money. But at the same time, they are still going to class, so they are still student athletes. But I think they do this in an effort to stay in line with the semester ends around Christmas, and then it begins back in January. I think that's why they got it. And whatever. We don't want to spend too much time talking about the ins and outs of the college football transfer portal, but
it's like free agency for college.
Honestly. But before we hop into a few of these position groups here, Lee, what do you think about this window that we got here? It's kind of weird, right?
Well, definitely it is strange, especially when you mentioned the time. And of course, we already had a couple of predictions up our sleeve, I think. With Aiden Childs and DJ Lagway, of course.
Yes, sir. A lot of big quarterbacks there.
A lot of quarterbacks on the market for sure. So, it's just pretty interesting to see exactly which way certain people are going to go. I know Michigan's on the hot seat right now as well.
Yeah.
Coach Dillingham.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, definitely. In more ways than just transfer.
Michigan's got some stuff going on, that's for sure.
For real. You got the Wolverines looking for a successor. So, definitely I probably think that no better time than the championship, or of course coming around the swing to see the full gears coming out of everybody. Is no better time than to see what do I need so I can get that next time. What do I need to
Andrew, let me ask you this here. Have you seen on social media the Patrick Mahomes impersonator that's still in college? Goes by the name of Dylan Raiola. He played for Nebraska. He'd wear his hair the same way. He'd do the exact same warm up. Have you seen anything about this guy?
I have not, and to be honest, no, I have not seen that at all.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And being like Kansas City being my number 2 team in the NFL, it's kind of crazy that I haven't seen that.
Well, and that's the thing, I think they've recognized it. They being the Mahomes family, Kelsey, right? They've all kind of taken a little notice because Nebraska actually played Cincinnati at Arrowhead in one of the earlier weeks in the season, and they all went out to that game because Travis Kelsey, he went to Cincinnati. So I think that was kind of his moment to kind of come out and show like, hey, I've got this whole Patrick Mahomes thing going on. It's a little weird, but he is in the transfer portal. Kind of weird segue into that, but he, the Mahomes impersonator. We got the Elvis impersonators out there. We got a Mahomes impersonator. Yeah. He's transferring from Nebraska somewhere else. And Adam, let me ask you this: do you think he stays within the Big Ten, or do you think he takes his talents to the SEC or Big 12?
That's interesting you say that, because I just want to, say before I get into that answer, he's also Kermit Jr. So,
not the frog.
I'm leaving Nebraska.
Has he changed his voice to sound like that too?
If he does, I will go to that press conference.
Gosh.
No, but kind of going back to your answer. What an interesting choice would be, going back to Georgia.
Oh yeah, so Gunnar Stockton. What year is he at Georgia?
He might be a junior, I believe.
See, because if Stockton's out the door after this year, that would make a lot of sense. Because Raiola, to let y'all fill y'all in on this year,
it is fake Pat Mahomes, by the way.
Yeah, you got him pulled up. You got him pulled up on it. Yeah, he looks like him, right?
Yeah.
He does.
He's a junior.
He's got him pulled up. They're like,
And he looks just like him.
Yeah.
For everybody at home watching.
And he does that intentionally, for sure, with the hair and everything. But no, it's interesting because he was, I believe, an Ohio State commit. Then he decommitted and moved to Georgia so that he could, play in-state before going to Georgia. He was very serious about that, but he's got some family connections to the Nebraska program, and that's where he's been the last few years. He hasn't, done terrible. Nebraska's always historically been a very tragic college football program, and the fact that they're even making bowl games is, quite impressive at this point. But when you look at his stat line, throwing for 2,000 yards, even 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, I like Georgia. I think it would be good for him to play at Georgia. I think it would definitely elevate his draft stock being with a contender. However, I don't know if Stockton's leaving. He's not projected very highly on any draft boards, so I don't know if that fit really works for him. But a similar type of team, like maybe even a Miami with Carson Beck leaving after this year.
I mean, for Miami fans, I'm sure they're thinking, "Thank God this guy's leaving." They're
in the playoffs.
Look, Carson Beck, and this is the game I always refer to. He threw 4 interceptions against Louisville. I guess Louisville is their kryptonite, but also at the end of the day, you have Sid the Sloth as your quarterback.
He's throwing. Adam's out here throwing shade at Raiola. He's throwing shade at Carson Beck. He's making some enemies out here.
I am the truth.
All with that Alabama hat on too.
You got the Alabama hat. It means Adam. Okay.
Trademark infringement.
Actually, an interesting.
I
want to say a question I got actually for Vanderbilt and the transfer portal. Who do they get after Diego Pavia? Because you got DJ
some
Lagway.
27-year-old. I don't know. I mean,
hey Stetson, we need you.
Honestly, maybe. And that's an interesting thing too. With a lot of these guys, there used to be a rule that if you transferred within a conference, you would have to sit out for a little bit. But now, with the transfer portal being open and IL being open, they could go wherever they want and play right away.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Lagway could be good there. I don't know if he's pretty mobile. Right, and that's kind of what Vanderbilt's MO was this year, was having Pavia be a very mobile quarterback as well. So I could see Lagway going there. And it's kind of crazy because he was a Heisman, projected as a Heisman favorite earlier in the year. But
as Stockton was too.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys that were projected quite highly, like nobody. If you were to put the bet on Mendoza at the beginning of the year, you'd be a very rich man right now. That's for sure.
I mean, when you got Kurt Signetti coaching Indiana, the way he's formed that team into some random potential dynasty. I know that's a little too rich to say at the moment.
Not yet.
Yeah, no. I mean, with the way he's coached this team with a bunch of 3 stars, and from what I've heard, no 4 stars or 5 stars.
Yeah.
I mean, that again, I'll say it and I'll say it over again. It's a testament to his coaching. And he's also made Fernando Mendoza into his first Heisman winner, and this is only his 2nd year.
And folks, I know that throughout the shows that we've gone over our loyalties. Me and Adam have shared very, very strongly where our loyalties share. Andrew, earlier today you were telling me about your college football loyalties. Where do they lie?
Oh God. Okay. They lie at obviously Northwestern.
Gotta rep the Chicago school.
Northwestern and Illinois. But then, branching out of that, probably the 3 I watch are Michigan, Indiana, and then Texas, because I'm a big Manning fan.
Nice.
I've been a big fan of Peyton and Eli their whole careers, and now watching Arch play at Texas is just something special. So.
Yeah, it really is. And, I know that he's not in the portal currently, and we're kind of talking about the portal stuff here. Do you think Arch should stick it out for another year at Texas? I think his NFL hopes after this year are kind of done. I think going back to school is going to really help. Do you think he does that at Texas, or do you think he'll go somewhere else?
I think if he stays at Texas, I think that's the best place for him right now.
I do want to mention that actually just yesterday, Cooper Manning did announce that he is staying in Texas for another year.
Cooper Manning?
His father.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. I thought you were bringing up another Manning that I was not familiar with.
No.
We forgot about
his dad, Cooper.
His dad did say, I believe, there's an ESPN article that came out that said he's staying another year at Texas.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
You thought they forgot about Dre. They forgot about Arch that fast.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he's got a brother, or Peyton. No, Peyton's got a son. It's Arch's cousin.
Wow.
Peyton's son's in 8th grade. He looks like he could probably start for them right now. He's a big boy. He's going to be... I don't know if he plays quarterback, but I'd assume
and let's not forget that this is the 4th quarterback out of the Manning family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you start with his grandfather, Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
the brothers and the son.
Yep.
So let me ask you this then, Andrew. So looking around at some of the more regional, because I feel like a lot of these transfers reach kind of a regional level to things. Aiden Childs, the quarterback at Michigan State, he is in the transfer portal, sitting at 6'3", 217. Do you think that, obviously Mendoza's going to the NFL? Give me the intel on Indiana here. Do you think Alberto, his brother, could potentially be the replacement to Fernando? Or do you think they're going to look to the portal and get a highly ranked quarterback like they did with Mendoza?
I think they're going to look at it both ways. Are they going to look at his brother? Yes. But are they going to look at it and say, we're just going to leave the transfer portal and not even think about it?
Yeah.
No. I think they're going to look at both and weigh their options and see what's best for the team going forward.
Yeah. And, Alberto did pretty good. He came in for a lot of those backup reps. And, if it is him, I think they can definitely grow and develop. He's got the genes, right? He's got his brother there. Yeah. And learning and developing behind his brother is a good thing as well. Just looking at Childs, it's like, man, I know he's got such high potential, and Michigan State's kind of a tragic place for him to be. Adam, last transfer here that we're looking at to say, hey, this is a very interesting guy, maybe where he could go. What do you got for the last one here?
Oh, Brendan Sorsby?
Leaving Cincinnati.
I mean,
what intrigues you about him?
Very versatile, but one thing that stuck out about me that kind of made me go like, was that Utah game. Because he didn't look so good in that game, which I would think maybe brought his value down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were a Power 4 school looking for a QB, I would say I'd be looking for, Florida State. Because I don't know if Castellanos is going to be, there another year. Plus, he's like, one play away from blowing up. So I don't think as a starter it'd be great. Oklahoma State is a really good one because they need someone desperate.
Does anybody want to go to Oklahoma State?
No.
Right. I mean, they win one game this year?
Yeah. And also, I also want to point this out. Bryce Underwood might go. It's 50-50 from what I've heard.
What, to LSU?
Yeah, right.
Give up his money?
Fair.
Very well could, yeah.
Sorsby, also, you know what a fun place would be for him to go? USC.
That could, yeah. What year is Maava? Because Maava, if he's not draft eligible, he's staying. I haven't seen him, but I could definitely see USC. That's anywhere where you want to develop as a quarterback. USC is the place to go. He's a junior, so he could go. Okay.
Also, Arizona State could be looking for a transfer QB since Leavitt is leaving. I almost said free agency. And
his girlfriend's in Texas Tech. Committed for volleyball.
Oh, look at that!
Definitely get there, right? He's definitely on the hot shot for Texas Tech too.
Wait, Leavitt?
Oh, I thought we were still on Sorsby.
Oh no! But Sorsby, that's good intel. That's good intel. Because look at Carson Beck. He went to Miami for the girl.
Yeah.
So definitely. I mean, I could see it.
Yep, I missed that fast. Go off LSU.
This will be an interesting transfer portal time. I will say,
for sure.
With the amount of just massive names and players that are out there. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a very interesting carousel.
Yes, sir. Andrew, what do we got coming up next, sir?
All right. Well, coming up next is Caleb Overconfident. Matt Lee and I will talk what the Bears need to do to pull off a win this Saturday at home. That's all, folks.
This is a little cocky, but I think we're legends in Chicago. We really are. SportsTownChicago.com.
We're all looking to save $1 these days, right? Well, Pino's Old Man is the perfect spot for pizza lovers with the $10 and under menu that'll make your taste buds and your wallet happy. Fried chicken sandwiches, just $6. It's so good I had to start working there just to eat it every day. That's not all. Grab 2 large one-topping pizzas with extra cheesy goodness and a 2-liter soda for just $26.30. Plus, order online and get 5% off exclusive deals. Family owned and operated for 30 years. Open 7 days a week and until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Check them out on the corner of North Main and Willoughby. Pino's on Main.
Oh my God, I need some Pookie's crack cake. Pookie
Pookie's crack cakes.
Yeah, girl. You ain't never heard about the best crack cakes in Chicago?
They're right there in the Bronzeville area, right at 105 East 47th Street.
They're moist, delicious, premium homemade cakes made fresh daily. One bite and you're addicted.
They got the caramel cake, butter pecan praline, and red velvet. Ooh, and don't forget the strawberry lemonade and a chocolate Oreo dream. They're open Wednesday through Saturdays, 11 to 6 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and they're closed Mondays and Tuesdays.
Early arrival is highly recommended. First come, first serve. They give out tickets at 10 a.m.
Just mention you heard it right here on Real Girl Talk Radio and you'll get a free butter cookie with your purchase. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Pookie's Crack Cakes.
Girl, where you going?
I gotta go get my crack cake.
Let's go.
Looking for a great bargain? Want to find cool collectibles? Need to get fresh fruit and vegetables for the family? Come on down to Swaparama. 3 great locations, 42nd and Ashland in Chicago, Melrose Park, and Alpha, with hundreds of indoor and outdoor vendors selling clothing, tools, electronics, and much, much more. Have stuff for sale? Become a Swaparama vendor and turn your hidden treasure into cash. Visit their website for market days, hours, and vendor information. Go to swap-o-rama.com. Swaparama, the first name in flea markets.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Get money for that old car sitting in your driveway today. No more insurance payments. No more playing taxi for your friends and your family. More room in your garage with Winning Auto Wrecker. Winning Auto Wrecker comes directly to you and takes that problem car away and off your hands. Call anytime, day or night at 888-555-0910 or go to winningautorex.com and we will take that junk off your hands in no time. You win, we win with Winning Auto Wreckers.
Chicago Sports for sure.
SportsTownChicago.com. It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee. Like a smooth, new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream by cold brew. What could be better than an iced or frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
When car dealers fight for your business, you win. AutoJudo.com makes car buying fun by letting dealers compete for your business live. Real-time Auto Judo fights are the fast and easy new way to get multiple dealers' best offer on any car you want. It's free and anonymous. Only the dealer you select as the winner of your Auto Judo fight receives your contact info. You're never obligated to buy, so test drive your best deals now at AutoJudo.com. Dealers fight, you say, "Hoo-yah!"
Yo, 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 check it out. We got the finest pizza in all the land. Italian Fiesta is on deck, and I'm telling you, it's a hit. These pies don't miss. No matter what time you get the munchies. Pepperoni, extra cheese, turkey Italian sausage, they got all the toppings. Italian Fiesta delivers until midnight during the week and 1 a.m. on the weekends. Plus, you can use your Uber Eats or Grubhub if you got the app. And if you ain't rocking with the pizza that night, try one of their sandwiches or pasta. And they have plenty of side dishes, just like me, if you know what I mean. Hop online and go to ItalianFiesta.com or call 773-684-2222. Piece of pizza, that is.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Did you know that Club New in Aurora is the ultimate entertainment complex? Monday nights, it's free football and darts in the sports bar. Tuesday night is league night. Join the pool and darts team. Wednesday night is ladies' night at Club New. All the ladies get in free. Gentlemen pay a $5 cover after 9 p.m. Thursday Thursday night. Starts the weekend off right with College Flashback Night. Low price drinks, retro music, and an awesome buffet. Friday and Saturday night, it's the hottest dance club in the suburbs. Club New Nightclub and Sports Bar is located at 2121 New York Street in Aurora.
You've tried the it places, but they leave you hungry with an empty wallet. That's where Gretel comes in. They got what you really want. Visit their chic, lounge-like gastropub and try one of Chicago's top burgers, the Gretel Griddle Burger. The house-made bun and garlic aioli set this one apart from the rest. And don't miss half-price oysters, 4 to 6, Monday through Thursday, with rotating drafts, craft cocktails, and portions that don't skip. This is one of Logan Square's best-kept secrets. Monday through Thursday, 11 to midnight. Friday and Saturday, open to 1. 2833 West Orange. Gretel, let's make this a night. Visit GretelChicago.com for menu and more.
I've felt this way the whole season so far, is that I've been improving, even if it's in ways that people can't see or maybe feel. You know, when I go back and watch, or when Coach and I go back and watch, you know, we can look at things that maybe y'all don't know, maybe the outside world doesn't know, and ways that I've been getting better. And I think the confidence in myself, but also within the offense and trust with Coach has grown. And so with all of that, you know, the constant mindset of growing, the constant growth that I've had, I think is going to keep growing over time. And it's something that I'm focused on, because it's you know, if I play how I played this past game, or, you know, if I play better than that, we got a real shot to, you know, do whatever we want.
Yeah, that was Caleb Williams at a press conference yesterday talking about his confidence and just how he was feeling over this whole stretch and how he's been improving this year over this 10-4 run. That this surprising 10-4 run that the Bears have had this year. Is he too confident going into Saturday's game? I mean, that's a question I want to pose to Matt Lee and Adam here. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, when you're coming out here and saying that we can do basically anything, that does speak volumes. I love it, though. I think that's just some fantastic confidence that he has, and you know, when it really comes down to, you know, that's what you want in a quarterback. You want him to be able to come out and say, "Hey, we can do anything. We got the guys around us. We got Ben Johnson calling the plays. Like, what can't we do?" That's what I want to hear going into the Packers week, man. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I agree. I will say that is the confidence he needs. If anything, I'd say drink some more coffee and keep practicing. Keep pepping it up some more, because for real, you want to go into this kind of feeling like you're invincible for sure, because there's times where we went in before with good chances, with a good rep behind us, and it just fell apart because I guess we just didn't have the mindset or the mentality that we needed. Right. So I love to hear it, actually.
Right. Adam?
There's 2 words I got for this. Winning culture.
Okay.
Going to say winning culture.
Okay.
That too, though.
I haven't heard those words.
Here's the reason why.
Yeah.
Good, better, best. 3
Good, better,
words
best.
that are my favorite now from Ben Johnson. Yeah. He has turned a locker room that looks like they've lost hope from last year when they had Matt Eberflus, a guy who's like, "Yeah, great job, guys. We almost won," to like someone who's taking off their shirt and throwing the towel around like Muscle Man. But I mean, he's proving time and time again that even if a couple of close losses, that he still pushes his guys to do better next week. And what do? We win. But still, I would say, you know, be cautious of the Packers.
No doubt. And I think building off that, they're never satisfied with one win after the next. Okay, it's like we won this game, but what can we improve on to make next week better? And does it always work out? And we saw against the Packers week 14, it didn't necessarily work out, but they came back against the Browns, and even though people are saying, "Oh, it's just the Browns, they're a 3-10 team, you know, what are you really playing against?" It was still something to come and prove that, hey, even after taking a loss, we can come out and just be dominant.
And I promise you that after that 31-3 win, Ben Johnson and his crew got back in the locker room. They looked at that film. They meticulously dissected every little mistake that they made, just so that they're even that much better for this upcoming Saturday.
Right. And I want to ask you guys, we talked about it last night, Mike Parsons being out for the season. What do the Bears need to do going into Saturday to pull off that win? Because you're already at home. You got the home field advantage here at Soldier Field. What else do they need to do to pull off that win? Because I just looked at the injury report. Roma Dunze has not practiced the past 2 days, so I'm saying doubtful that he's going to play on Saturday. But we've seen crazier stuff happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the injury report for a while now. You know, he's got that nagging injury, but I feel like he'll Hopefully Ron can pull through on it. But what do you think, Adam?
I think one thing to look for, and I said this during break, is can the offensive line still hold the Packers defense without Parsons? Because either way, that defense is good. But without Parsons, it makes it easier. But still, we need caution. Can Caleb be accurate still? Because he also had one run where he could have gotten a first down and he threw it as he was running towards the first down. So will decisions be better? Will the offensive line hold? And can we, keep protecting Caleb as well?
And that's the thing. Does Ben Johnson change his offensive scheme knowing Micah Parsons is out?
I mean, I feel like in some ways you kind of have to. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that they probably do try to run down the pass a little. Run down the run a little more and open up more for the pass, so they can make sure that offense is getting it done efficiently, and the defense isn't really having to take much of a toll, I would say. But I also think that he should be efficient with his completions. I think he needs to be at least 50%.
Right.
That's a pattern I'm catching. You know what I mean? I think he should throw the ball at least 30 times for sure. Just get into the field of it. I'm not saying just be hully-gully, but maybe at least 26 throws realistically, and it'll give him more a shot to just be more efficient. Because when his guys do get good chances down the field, when he is seeing them, usually results in good things. They make some miraculous plays out there, regardless of how good the defense is. DJ Moore, crazy one-hand catches, and same for Rome Odunze, excuse me.
Yeah. And that's one thing, and I've talked about this on Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer. We kind of feel like when Caleb Williams is on the run, he's outside of the pocket, he's being flushed either left or right, and he's not really thinking of where he's throwing it. He seems to be more accurate and a better passer when he's not thinking and is in more danger. Do you guys feel the same way about that?
There's definitely a level of fun and carefreeness that you can see in his play. You can tell that he's not stiff just in his ability to evade those pass rushers. And I think for him, it's different with everybody, what they're thinking and going through. But I feel like when I'm watching Caleb, all I can think of is a kid in his backyard looking for his buddy to be open somewhere down there. I thought that on that DJ Moore touchdown, like he's just scrambling. He's looking for anything, and he doesn't even care that he's double defended in the back of the end zone. He's going to let it rip because he trusts himself. And it's that level of confidence, and also the confidence can lead to calmness, I think.
Okay.
So I think, when I'm watching him play, I feel like he, sometimes it comes across as careless, but I think that's his way of processing and making the decisions that he think is going to result in winning.
Anything you guys saw this last game against the Browns, even though it was a blowout win, that need to be improved on either defensively or offensively?
I'd say, there have been just a couple of times where there's been an open receiver and Caleb Williams didn't really read that route. So I'd say, better read options. I would say, better decision making. And still, again, under Ben Johnson, he's learning under a head coach that genuinely cares about each and every individual player, as opposed to, Matt Eberflus, who's with Shane Waldron. He didn't even want to affiliate himself, apparently, with Caleb Williams. So with development, with time, it's going to happen. But at the moment, I would say just keep improving upon the decision making here.
Oh, that's a good take, Adam, and I have to agree with that. Just better decision making and knowing what's out there on the field. And I have to agree with you. There's been a couple times where I've seen here's Cole Kmet alone in the back of the end zone, and he's throwing it to a receiver who's double covered, and I'm like, do you not see Cole Kmet standing in the back of the end zone, literally waving his arm, going, "Hey, hello,
right?"
Hello,
like a kid in the backyard looking for that ball.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Matt, your takes on what they need to do?
Yeah.
Anything that needs to be improved on?
I feel like you have to establish the run early in this game. Take advantage of Micah not being there, and I feel like if you can get that ground game going, I think that is going to be the thing that you need to establish first, which the Bears have done a really good job of. Then, in order to get your tight ends and your premier receivers open there. I feel like defensively, you still got to watch out. I don't know Christian Watson. I don't know his injury status. I haven't looked that up, but I think he's not going to be playing this game. And I think keeping true on defense. You're already down your key receiver there. it really comes down to the secondary. You need to hang with your guys, and you can't let them. They were getting killed on those crossers. They were getting killed on those slants up in Green Bay a couple weeks ago. So you need to stay on your man and have that good coverage and protection. And who knows, man? Hang in there, learn from the Shador game, and get some interceptions too.
Right. Now talking about it, we talked about it. Tremaine Edmonds, his practice window has opened up.
We need that.
Do you see him playing Saturday night? Do you feel them holding him one more week and playing against San Francisco? What do you see? Because we always hear them say, we need these first string guys back.
And it's a tricky situation too, because this can really determine whether you're getting that NFC North title. And so
in that playoff spot too. Let's not forget, people, that if the Bears win Saturday and Detroit loses, the Bears are in the playoffs. And it feels good to say that,
It does,
How long has it been since we've been able to say, hey, if the Bears win this game Saturday, they could possibly be in the playoffs.
2020, I believe.
Yeah, that was a rough game too.
I mean, definitely imagine your worry. Excuse me. As far as like the overconfidence, I did want to add on and say that I do agree as far as like some of the things Caleb missed as well. But I do feel like the Browns probably weren't as heavy enough a competition maybe to kind of pull those kinks out for Caleb. It looks like on a lot of these plays, it's sugar sweet, like taking candy from a baby. When Moore does moss about two defenders in the end zone, to when Swift is just playing patty cake with his feet between a huddle of people, and then he gets a touchdown anyway. I think that was around 30-some yards. Nah, I get it. It wasn't exactly as hard as a test. They definitely got the gears oiled, so to speak. They made sure that they could just execute on acceptable level. But yeah, I would love to see a more impressive as well too. Yeah. Nonetheless, it is a great performance against a team that they were supposed to do that against.
A lot of things can happen with the win Saturday. A possible playoff berth, a bigger hold on the NFC North division.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen with the win Saturday. So
I don't think they're going to risk it though. I think they're going to hold him out. I think they're going to wait a little bit, because I think his presence in the last few games, I know it's big and emotional with Green Bay. Maybe that's why they waited until now to activate him. Maybe they really do think that he's ready, but I think if they want to utilize that entire 21-day window, I think that's also very valuable to have him ready, fresh for the postseason. And yeah, if you were to lose to Green Bay, that would really hurt your chances of clinching the North. But at the same time, you'd still be able to secure a playoff spot later on with his presence too. So, I don't think you can really go wrong unless you're rushing him.
Right. Any thoughts on Rome Odunze? He's not participated the past couple of days. Any thoughts? Because he was going to play last Sunday against the Browns and then just aggravates the foot, in warm-ups, but has not practiced the past 2 days.
I say let him rest. I say let him rest. I think that they are doing, once again, efficiently. Without him, he probably is missed. But, you don't want to rush it, definitely. With Green Bay, foot was still aggravated. It's coming back around. I mean, we were pretty close against Green Bay without him. Yeah. Technically speaking, through the whole game, I don't think you have to rush it if we are going for being a championship competing team. This being one of our best players, top 3. Don't rush it.
And also, I just want to kind of add on to that. That was a really good point you made, Lee. Because if you, let's just say, we bring back Odunze for this game, there's also that risk that if he even re-aggravates it even more, he might be out for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's just a game of chess. Do you play him now? Do you play him later? It's just a guessing game at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question I have for you: are the Bears a Super Bowl contender this year? I mean, I've heard it go both ways. I've heard fans go, "Oh yeah, they can." With the way this playoff picture is matching up, they have a chance. I've heard people, and I'm in this boat where we've never seen this unit play in the playoffs. We don't know how they're gonna be. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I see this team making the playoffs. I do not see them making the Super Bowl.
I could see that. And this is a development year. And all things considered, this has been a very successful one at that. And that's, I think, understating it, only because we were not supposed to get over 7 wins under Ben Johnson. But again, when you have a winning culture and a guy that wants to join in on the festivities in the locker room to have fun and to pump up these players as well. And again, talk about these individual players that he cares about. It just shows just the strength and the belief that they have behind this coach. Either way, I think, divisional round best.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there. I will be happy if they make the championship round, but I don't see them going past that, especially at that point, the levels of teams you will be facing at that point.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, Coach of the Year candidate?
Yeah, I would say so.
And is it too early for him to have that honor, being a first-year head coach?
I would say no, only because the Bears have been so lackluster over the last 15 years outside of 2018 and 2020. Because if you look at those years, yeah, we had a good team in 2018. Playoff results didn't show it. 2020, we barely made it in. We lost to the Saints really bad. So
Right.
if we're looking at those two and we're taking those 15 years, we got to look back at Lovie Smith. We had like the most success under outside of 85 as well.
Okay. Matt, your thoughts on it?
About the Super Bowl contention or about the Coach of the Year?
I mean, both of them. I mean, we can kind of lump those in because I feel like I've heard people say if they do win the Super Bowl, he's a lock for Coach of the Year, which honestly I think he would be if they bring home the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, if they were to make the Super Bowl, I think so, because I'm pretty sure they announced those awards Pro Bowl weekend, I think. I think that's
it is,
right.
yeah.
So, if they were to make the Super Bowl, definitely, but I don't think that they will. I kind of agree with Adam here. I agree with both of you in the fact that, we should, Bears fans should be very happy with what's happened this year.
Yeah, and I've said that before.
And not be too greedy about it.
I've said that before on Big Top Sports. I don't think I've used this term, but I'm going to use it here. Don't kick a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
None of us expected this, and I did a draft show over at WRMN covering the first round. I was never expecting this during that draft show when they said, "Oh, we're taking Colson Loveland at 10." Never would have thought, "Hey, coming into week 16, you're going to be 10-4." And I never would have. I would have laughed at you and said, you need to go do your research more.
Right. And this unit, especially with Ben Johnson, I'm not going to say have gotten lucky because they've played very, very hard. But at the same time, they haven't won in dominant fashion. And we saw this with the Chiefs last year. They were able to, kind of dink and dunk their way to the Super Bowl. And, it didn't work out for them there. I don't think this is a Super Bowl champion contender at present. But if you keep the core together, I think they've got a very good chance. And then for the Coach of the Year, I think if he made it, yes. But I think guys like Mike Vrabel.
I was thinking the same thing. Mike Vrabel is a really good candidate for that.
Yeah.
What he's done in New England this year is just...
Especially if they're able to get a bye in that first round, leading them from what they were last year. It would be huge for them, yeah.
Talking NFL for a sec before we get off. I was watching on ESPN, got a notification from ESPN today that the Chiefs are optimistic of Patrick Mahomes coming back early next season. With an ACL tear, I'm more on the side to maybe mid-season, but I feel like, and I talked to you about this pre-show, Matt, I feel like they're kind of rushing him through it. So these last 2 minutes, can we kind of talk about how we feel about that? Now he's kind of rushing himself through rehab and
with a guy like Mahomes, you don't ever want to be too fast with anything. Especially, I said last night they could take the year off next year and get that first overall pick, and they'd be more than fine with Mahomes coming back to that. But you don't want to rush him along. I think if he's ready, though, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But especially with an injury as severe as that, it does seem a little premature to say at this point, it happened last week, to say at this point, we'll have him ready by the start of next year. I don't know how you can reasonably know that, especially when so many things could go wrong during a rehab of that kind of injury.
Especially with the superstar of his caliber. You don't want to rush an ACL tear because those take months to recover. Best case scenario, you got 6, and that's a speedy recovery. At worst, you could re-aggravate it and take another 4 months, for that injury. So with Mahomes, this is his first major injury. It would be very interesting to see where the Chiefs stand on it, especially. And you brought up a really great point. Where it stands next year, do they give him a lot of time off? Do they activate him off that IR?
All right, Lee, your thoughts on the matter?
Patrick Mahomes here.
My boy's a good multitasker. let me tell you.
Kermit Senior.
Yeah. So I'm with Patrick Mahomes, the best with his injury recovery, definitely. I don't count him out just yet. You know what I mean? I think that he comes back bigger and stronger, especially with all the talk circulating around him now, especially with all the talk that we're making of him. He's a legend in the making, especially with an impersonator.
Oh, definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Easily. So I'm firm behind him. So, the Bulls kept it cool today, and Jake Paul is also going for it all. So, we'll talk Bulls chipping the losing streak, as well as Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua's big match when we come back.
He's right there. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. The last chance to order beer. But we didn't come here to drink beer. We came here to win this ball game.
Chicago's so lucky.
SportsTownChicago.com.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Pizza at your house and you can get it at the store. Uh-oh, here we go. Chicagoland area. Little Caesars is heating up for the summer. Try our new Crazy Puffs, $3.99. Walk-in or delivery. 7 days a week. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. filled with cheesy mozzarella pepperoni pizza sauce, buttery garlic flavored drizzle, Italian herb and Parmesan seasoning, deep dish Detroit style pizza $7.99, super cheesy bread $5.99, hot and ready combo $12.99, and for your daily deals, go to LitCaesars.com. Oh, Little Caesars, with our crazy puffs and cheesy dreams, you light up my soul with your pepperoni schemes. With every slice we share, with every moment we did in this piece of love affair, so you didn't hear that just here. You don't want to miss out on these delicious deals. Visit your Chicagoland area Little Caesars today. Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Nobody does food better than our friends south of the border. If you're looking for delicious, authentic Mexican food in Chicagoland's backyard, check out the Topos restaurant. Try their quesadillas, burritos, or my favorite, the 3-taco combo with steak and extra chipotle salsa.
Muy caliente!
Even have breakfast for early risers. Topos is the highest rated Mexican restaurant in Naperville on Yelp. Once you try it, you'll understand why. Visit totoposnaperville.com for their menu, special offers, and online ordering on Grubhub. Pickup or delivery. Topos Restaurant. Open nightly until 8:30, closed on Sundays, located next to the Jewel on Aurora Avenue in Naperville. Experience fresh, homemade Mexican at the Topos Restaurant.
I got an affordable family-owned restaurant for you that won't cost you an arm and a lamb. It's Goodies in River Grove. My Goodies order never changes. A gyros, not a gyro. Smother in sauce and hot fries on the side for less than $9. If I'm really starved, I'll add a chicken kebab to my order. Looking for more? Try a juicy cheeseburger, Chicago-style hot dogs, or a toasty corned beef melt. I can walk in 7 days a week, dine with my family, or call 708-583-1700. Pick it up and enjoy it at home. Can't stop in? Not a problem. Goodies delivers through Grubhub, DoorDash, and Seamless. Goodies is located at Cumberland, Belmont, River Grove. Goodies bring authentic Greek food to the Chicago.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee, like a smooth new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream pie cold brew. What could be better than iced frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Looking for a great bargain? Want to find cool collectibles? Need to get fresh fruit and vegetables for the family? Come on down to Swap-O-Rama. 3 great locations, 42nd and Ashland in Chicago, Melrose Park in Ulsan, with hundreds of indoor and outdoor vendors selling clothing, tools, electronics, and much, much more. Have stuff for sale? Become a Swap-O-Rama vendor and turn your hidden treasure into cash. Visit their website for market days, hours, and vendor information. Go to swap-o-rama.com. Swap-O-Rama, the first name in flea markets.
Chicago sports for sure. SportsTownChicago.com.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee. Like a smooth new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream pie cold brew. What could be better than an iced or frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Hoo-yah!
When car dealers fight for your business, you win. AutoJudo.com makes car buying fun by letting dealers compete for your business live. Real-time Auto Judo fights are the fast and easy new way to get multiple dealers' best offer on any car you want. It's free and anonymous. Only the dealer you select as the winner of your Auto Judo fight receives your contact info. You're never obligated to buy, so test drive your best deals now at AutoJudo.com. Dealers fight, you say,
Yo, 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 check it out. We got the finest pizza in all the land. Italian Fiesta is on deck, and I'm telling you, it's a hit. These pies don't miss. No matter what time you get the munchies. Pepperoni, extra cheese, turkey Italian sausage, they got all the toppings. Italian Fiesta delivers until midnight during the week and 1 a.m. on the weekends. Plus, you can use your Uber Eats or Grubhub if you got the app. And if you ain't rocking with the pizza that night, try one of their sandwiches or pasta. And they have plenty of side dishes, just like me, if you know what I mean. Hop online and go to ItalianFiesta.com or call 773-684-2222. Piece of pizza, that is.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Did you know that Club New in Aurora is the ultimate entertainment complex? Monday nights, it's free football and darts in the sports bar. Tuesday night is league night. Join the pool and darts team. Wednesday night is ladies' night at Club New. All the ladies get in free. Gentlemen pay a $5 cover after 9 p.m. Thursday night starts the weekend off right with college flashback night. Low price drinks, retro music, and an awesome buffet. Friday and Saturday night, it's the hottest dance club in the suburbs. Club New Nightclub and Sports Bar is located at 2121 New York Street in Aurora.
You've tried the it places, but they leave you hungry with an empty wallet. That's where Gretel comes in. They got what you really want. Visit their chic, lounge-like gastropub and try one of Chicago's top burgers, the Gretel Griddle Burger. The house-made bun and garlic aioli set this one apart from the rest. And don't miss half-price oysters, 46 Monday through Thursday, with rotating drafts, craft cocktails, and portions that don't skimp. This is one of Logan Square's best-kept secrets. Monday through Thursday, 11 to midnight. Friday and Saturday, open to 1. 2833 West Armitage. Gretel, let's make this a night. Visit GretelChicago.com for menu and more.
Your home for sports.
Here's your SportsTownChicago.com.
SportsTownChicago.com scoreboard update powered by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com. Cavs and Bulls are underway live at the United Center. They lead by 4 at halftime. Score is 62-58. Josh Giddey leads the Bulls with 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, while Kobe White follows close behind, helping bear the load with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Zach Collins is off the bench with 9 points and 3 rebounds, as well as Kevin Huerter adding to the fray with 8 points. Giddey has nailed 3 3-pointers, and Huerter has made 2 himself. I feel like it should also be mentioned that Trey Jones has 7 assists in 11 minutes. For the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell leads with 15 points and 2 assists. Darius Garland has 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds in 16 minutes so far. And Jared Allen has contributed 10 points and 5 rebounds as well as 2 assists. The Bulls have lost 8 of their last head-to-head matchups with the Cavs and look to mend a current 10-15 record. Drifting over to the West Coast, Grizzlies and Timberwolves clash at the Target Center. Grizzlies lead 88-83 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Dante DiVincenzo leads for the Timberwolves with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Rudy Gobert is close behind him with 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists in 26 minutes so far. And Jaren Jackson Jr. leads for the Grizzlies with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jacques Landale and Jalen Wells are tied with 14, following close behind. Grizzlies have lost their last 7 of 10 matchups against the Timberwolves, and Ja Morant is out tonight with a calf strain. In other news, the Heisman Trophy went to Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza had a dominant 2025 season, leading the Hoosiers to success with top national stats, including around 3,000 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, most in the football season, and a high completion rate around 71 to 73%. This has been your SportsTownChicago.com update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to BeOnAir.com.
I give them a cease and desist letter in their email.
for lying on my name, and then the lawsuit's coming right after because these people won't stop lying. And Deontay Wilder, he's been hit a lot by Tyson Fury, so he's clearly not the smartest guy. There's nothing in the contract. AJ can attest to it. We're going to war, and that's the end of the day that all my fights have been like.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. Okay, DonLee Sports Show, as you know, it's Matt Lee and Andrew. What to do? All right, without further ado, let's get back into it. We said that we were going to talk basketball, we were going to talk Bulls, but of course, first of all, I want to just get straight into the big match that we got coming up. We got Jake Paul, we got Anthony Joshua. Okay, Jake Paul, if you don't know, internet phenomenon, started off as a streamer. Okay, took the world by storm with, we'll just say, interestingly, peculiar videos, and then out of nowhere started boxing.
Sounds like Jake Paul.
Sounds like a Jake Paul and me, right? Very mentionable match was against basketball player Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson did play for the Bulls for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. He is a 4-time All-Star. He is also 5'4". And this was an unfair fight to many people. However, you cannot beg a man out of his own contract. Okay, so that fight went to, what was it? If I could get a stat check, Drew, if just for the kicks of it, it barely went 4 rounds, man. He knocked him out pretty quick. So just a quick idea for any listeners who Jake Paul is. If you can picture Nate Robinson, that might give you an idea. But he went on to win the next match too. And now he's got Anthony Joshua coming up Friday. He's hyped this up. He's talked just as spicy about it as he has any other match. Even prolific boxers like Deontay Wilder had comments about the fight and how it will go. And Jake Paul, just to give you more of an idea, said that Deontay Wilder had too many hits from Tyson Fury. And so, of course, that's why his head is a little bit screwed and he wouldn't know exactly what he's saying. So it seems that Jake Paul is pretty confident about the fight coming up. Drew, do you have any insight on it, and what would you think is about to happen?
I feel like Jake Paul at times can get too confident, and that's just himself.
No doubt. Tell me.
He's just always been one of those guys. It was like the fight with Mike Tyson. Why did you need to do that? What was there to prove in that whole thing? what were you proving in that fight? That you could beat a 56-year-old man?
You know something? I literally forgot all about the Mike Tyson fight, man.
That's the only one I know.
I forgot it's the biggest one. And I forgot it because he's had so many antic ones just out of nowhere. You just look up and it's like, it's all over YouTube. Like, this guy's got the best sponsors. Like, I'll be sitting at home eating Captain Crunch, totally paying attention to a whole other genre. And it's like, Jake Paul's about to fight Brianna. Like, what in the world, right? But no, seriously. So definitely I agree with you. Mike Tyson one was a little bit for promotion, I probably think. What do you think?
I feel like we're getting tricked with this kind of stuff because we're getting duped into watching slop content is basically what it is. Because look, I'm sure Jake Paul is a fine boxer and everything, but we don't spend our time and money and energy on fine athletics. We've talked a lot here about really tremendous athletes on this show, and Jake Paul's good and everything, but it's almost a show of like, if you have enough money and crave enough attention, you can go out and make whatever platform you want for yourself. And I think it's really telling that he's fighting other YouTubers and elderly Mike Tyson instead of fighters who are in their prime.
I could only fight the guys that are retired and can throw 3 punches in a round and that's it.
And again, it's part of the fun. It's part of the fighting culture to, kind of hype yourself up, to trash talk the other, your opponents and everything and say, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. Right. And I just really hope that Jake Paul knows that he's not, because it's kind of, a little sad and embarrassing to be watching him fight either people that are, twice his age or just don't really have any fighting credential, just so that he can make some money and say, hey, look at how good I am.
I'm a boxer and I can make it as a boxer, but you haven't fought anyone worth note to me. And, it harkens back to the fact of like, you had boxers coming out of other professional other athletes coming out of other professional sports that went into boxing, it didn't do half bad.
Right.
And I'm like, and I'm just pulling out of thin air, from the New York Jets back in the 80s, Mark Gastineau fought Muhammad Ali to leverage more money, out of the Broncos. And, he fought Muhammad Ali at Mile High Stadium. And he didn't do half bad. If you go back and watch the tape on that fight, he didn't do half bad. But it's like you can't just step out of one sport and go into someone else's. Therefore, you can't step out of being a content creator and go into boxing. I mean, like, where do those two worlds even come together? I mean,
yeah, right. I mean, you think about it, like you said, just going against some guys that he has matched up against. I mean, you think about the Woodley matchup and the clear knockout, of course. Don't get me wrong. It's impressive when you see a man hit the floor, but not when he drops his left guard right in the open. For some strange reason, especially when Jake is southpaw. I mean, it was not very impressive. It definitely seems like a pretty easy fight. I would like to see him go up against some more, talented competitors as well.
You want to see him go up against a real boxer.
Yeah, how about it?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, how about it? Somebody that'll give him a little more grit and can take a punch. I mean, they were saying there was rumored that Mike Tyson's fight was rigged.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put money against that. Just because it was a Netflix fight.
It's a taboo conversation, of course. It's Netflix too, definitely, for sure.
And Mike Tyson's a very prideful man too, and I don't think it's tough because I don't know if you could tell him, hey, look, you're gonna have to throw this a little bit,
right?
Especially coming from the background that he has. I don't know if that's in his vocabulary to throw a fight like that, but at the same time, it also might have gotten into people convincing him, like, look, dude, you're fighting. I don't even know how old he was at the time, 28-year-old.
Yeah.
It's if you go full, the impact that could have on your body is very bad. So I don't know. I know we heard that in the audio clip earlier about throwing fights and the allegations of that. And who's to say? But at the same time, I think that also speaks to the legitimacy of these fights that they're, so it almost seems more of like an entertainment product than a sporting
event. Talking
about
the legitimacy of these fights, but you see after all these fights, he's so banged up, and it's like he's cut all over his face. He's got, sometimes 2 black eyes. I'm like, if you're getting that beat up and these nothing fights to me, that shows me what type of a boxer you are.
That's true. But I mean, look at WWE as well.
Right.
That the outcome might be predetermined, but the hits are real, right? So
true.
It could be.
Guys that retired from having one knee surgery after, 3 matches.
They take a beating with it for sure.
Right.
Most definitely. I want to switch it up. Coming up to Terrence Crawford, right? Was still in boxing, of course. Terrence Crawford just retired. 41 or 42-0 record. 31 knockouts. He's stating that he had nothing else to lose. He's citing fulfillment, health, and the desire to preserve his legacy after unifying titles and dominating at lightweight, super lightweight, welterweight, and super middleweight. Tell me anything about Terrence Crawford's legacy. Any particular fight you like the most? Were you able to catch too much of Terrence Crawford, Matt? How do you feel about him?
No, I wasn't. Growing up, I was never super into boxing, but you definitely take note of a guy who's 42-0 for sure. I don't know if I could point to one specific fight that I liked more than another, but I think it was a really good move on his part to call it quits. Boxing is one of the highest levels of concussions and CTE that you can possibly have. You're undefeated. I mean, at a certain point, you got to just say, "Hey, look, I had a good career, and that's going to be it." Yeah, like what more can I prove? Kind of like what he said that. It's just a fulfilling career at the end of the day when you're able to go out and do what you've loved your entire life. You made a lot of money. You can say, hey, look, I'm good. And I think that's a very wise and mature move on his part.
Yeah. And, going off that, 42-0, you're retiring fully a champion. I mean, how many boxers can say that? You're 100% a champion. No one ever took you down. I mean, how many boxers can say that? Not a lot.
No, definitely. Notable moment being becoming the first undisputed champion in the 4-belt era at 140 pounds. Like we say, we dominated multiple classes. He had a flashy knockout against Horn, another one against Porter. It goes on, definitely. I think that he's made his accolades pretty clear, and he could definitely move on. I wonder why we didn't hear too much about Terrence Crawford, because I can agree with the sentiment.
Yeah.
I didn't see these fights live, or you know what I mean.
He's a lighter weight though.
No doubt.
I think that might have something to do with it.
One thing,
No doubt.
I'm like with Matt, growing up, I wasn't really watching boxing as much. I got into it more after seeing Rocky for the first time.
No
I'm going to be completely honest about that. That's when I really got into boxing, was after watching that movie for the first time. But you're right. He was one of those careers you didn't see in the forefront too much, even though it was a 42-0 career.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I definitely love to see it wrap up right for somebody, especially like Matt said, without the CTE. Before we get out of here, right, we're going to go check on the hometown's favorite. Okay. I've got news for all you cool guys in the room.
Let me hear the news, Lee.
The Bulls have won against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, tonight in the United Center, we have won against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, and it's a long time coming. Why? We had lost 8 of the last 10 matchups against them. Don't forget that Donovan Mitchell most recently had a 70-point performance or more. So we wanted this bad. We wanted this bad last season. They went 5-0, and it hurt.
And I think they would have lost if they were a different team, though.
Totally.
If the Bulls were playing the Pelicans, or maybe dare I say the Nets or the Pacers, I don't know. I think they would have lost.
Notable 127 to 111 win. By the way,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They didn't skirt by beating them in any stretch of imagination, and it begs the question. I love using that term because it's just an easy forefront. Is this the game that kind of kicks him in the butt and said, okay, we can start winning again? I mean, what have we been doing the past month, 2 months? What has this team been?
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, beating this team, especially by about 20 points plus, constantly losing, especially in the last 5 games, by at least 20 to this team. Definitely. What does it say not only against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but moving forward against those high contention teams,
I don't mean to sound like a pessimist, but this game doesn't tell me anything. Get to me 4 games from now and tell me how it's impacted, because it's the consistency
you would
aspect
like to
of it.
see a little more consistency with the wins.
Yeah, you want to see more of that, and you want to be able to do it against all different types of teams, not just the good ones, which is kind of weird to say.
No doubt.
Right, and coming back, like the Bears have been doing all season. They've been winning against good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, they're indiscriminate with it, but the Bulls, for whatever reason, like I said, come to me come New Year and see how they've been doing since this point going forward over the next couple weeks. Obviously, we didn't really get a chance to watch it tonight, and I look forward to getting home and watching it later just to see what this performance looked like for them. But hopefully the chemistry's looking good. Hopefully the cohesion's good. But
all right, everybody listening, you heard it. We're gonna come back to that after New Year's and get a new prediction of how he's feeling about the Bulls team.
Maybe I won't be so pessimistic. Who knows?
How about it, right? The pessimism is well deserved. Okay, yeah, I definitely can't wait to have a better look at this tonight. See exactly all the highlights, so I can appreciate them for the moment, because that's really the most we can do right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we'll see. There's still a long way to New Year's, but we'll be good with it.
I was about to say that's the one thing with the NBA is, they're doing bad right now. You're under 500. There's still a long season to go. They could still crawl out of the cellar.
They could, and who knows what happens by the All-Star break? Maybe the trade deadline. We will see. But, folks, thank you very much again for listening and watching here tonight on the DonLee Sports Talk Show. Once again, very happy to have our man Andrew on, and big appreciation to Adam as well for coming in on our show. Andrew, let the people know where they can find you one more time on social media.
You can find me at Mighty Man on YouTube, Trippy Mighty on Instagram, Andrew Scheid on Facebook, and every Monday night I'm Big Top Sports at WRMN Radio, 1410 a.m., WRMN Radio on YouTube, 6 to 8 p.m. Monday nights.
Fantastic. Lee, let them know.
Mic check. I feel like I should be a little bit more specific. As Andrew, thank you for that. It's not BroGOD on all platforms, right? BROGODI on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So I don't have everything.
Okay, well, I was gonna say
Don't have
that's news to me. I didn't know you switched it up on me.
Don't have Twitch.
And for me, that's Matt_D14 on TikTok and Twitter. Once again, folks, thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll catch you later.
Peace.